Now welcome back to more WARNO. We are going to do replay commentary of a battle I just fought, like literally a couple minutes ago. The reason for the replay commentary is because it wasn't like the most intense battle ever in your life that you're going to see on this channel. But I hope it was still kind of entertaining to watch. Or I hope it's entertaining for you guys in this way, because I can also kind of give my thoughts on the game and also my prayers. That said, let's quickly fast move. We are playing against Bullen, who's playing as the US Mechanized Battle Group, and yours truly is playing as, for the first time, with the 2nd Panzergrenadier. So it's a ton of fun there. We're going to put it on my POV here, and kind of walk through the strategy. So my strategy on this map is quite different, I think, from the strategy of many people. We're trying to push to this complex here, because usually people don't really go there. So my idea is to go here and then block him off from here into the town, or at least dislodge him. So that is the main idea, and we're going to be defensive on the right side. But we have a lot of Swicheroo units. These are pretty cheap 40 points units that we're going to move over there to defend. So immediately, right off the bat, we see an LRS unit, but the good thing is LRS does not have any anti-tank weapons. So we just quickly drive past these guys and move up towards this position here. Now Bullen probably saw my video, and he's moving a command heli to the left to try to capture it. Our command was not in there enough. I kind of made a mistake there, so we move it back later to capture it. So this could have actually been really, really bad. But luckily, we have a recon there, and we spawn in a plane to take that out. Now over here, our main plan is in motion, and the strategy here is move here and force him to move his units from the town to the right side. Here comes our Harrier. Makes short work of that helicopter. So yeah, with our units being on the right side here, the plan is to force him to move his units from the town to this side of it, and then we move in units into the town from the left. So we're really doing just kind of a, you know, a feint attack left and right. Now over here though, he is attacking the right side sector, or at least building up for an attack on the right side sector quite aggressively, but we have Swicheroos and Pioneers and Jaeger units that are kind of just chilling. So at this point, the Scimitar, really wonderful units with a 30mm, super pretty accurate too for whatever it costs. It really makes short work of anything lightly armored. Even on the move, you know, it's pretty good. But let's see if the plan actually worked, and yep, there you go. He's moving his units from the left to the right, and that means we can freely move into the town. And the moment he basically spots this, it's already too late. We will be in the town quite easily. And dragon units can't really fire the dragon at close range, so we are also good on that way. So we quickly get a Pioneer unit in here and move it into the building. And on the south we have a Panzergrenadier with Carl Gustavs coming in to secure the other side. So he's kind of in a frenzy, and that worked beautifully. Worked really, really well. Now over here we have some fire teams attacking us here. Swicheroos are, you know, doing their best. And when this happens, you guys need to not panic. You need to just fall back with your units and get into a slightly more protective position. Don't be at the edge of the towns like this guy kind of is. We're just falling back a little bit, getting into a slightly better position. Now I quickly call in a bow 105 here with 80 gems. Really, really accurate 80 gems for 65 points. And that is going to make short work of those guys. Over here, the Scimitar picks off an enemy command, I believe. Yep, there she goes. And also PVADs. Really powerful units to use in missions like this. So that is something I would recommend you guys to do as well. Now an F-16C Fighting Falcon comes in to try to neutralize the bow 105. But we are ready with both an Eyehawk, which does not hit in the first run, but nicely hits in the second run and takes it out. But unfortunately, we do lose the helicopter. So that's a little bit painful there. I don't know if you guys can see that on the top left when I changed the volume, but yes, I was trying to figure out how to move a game from Epic Store to Steam Store, but unfortunately it's not possible. Anyways, so the town fight is over here still working. This is the main purpose, to dislodge his units. Look at that, his main push is here. We're just kind of, I don't want to say trolling, but we're just kind of playing with him with the Scimitars, going just all around his area, forcing his units to engage our Scimitars and kind of just dislocate or dislodge his infantry. That is doing really well. Now we call in 2 of these Leopard 185s, beautiful little tanks here with 15 AP, 400 points. But the main thing is, it's max range and really accurate. So it actually does a ton of damage and destroys a Patton and a Dragon really quickly. And this is what I meant, I just fell back into a safer position in the town, and we're just holding. We're just letting them get in up close and personal where we can do some more damage. Now unfortunately the scimitars kind of did everything they could and get taken out here by Rangers and the M1A1 over there. Nope, that's a Patton. Really cost effective tanks as well. But our units on the right side are still alive. And we managed to pick off an AT4 team while the Jaeger, the Fallschirmjäger, hold the line. Now frontline PVADs, definitely not great for your health. Doing quite a lot of stunning damage, I guess. But nothing the Leopard 185 can solve. So I quickly just attack move these guys here. They have a line of sight on the fire team, so they stop to engage, which is just fine. So we can actually hold these guys off here. And I have some more Marder 183s moving in with Panzergrenadiers to take care of those issues. Now on the left side, I just call in a Tornado IDS because I kind of know or have a feeling that he doesn't have a lot of units here. So I just come in with a bombing run, destroying that unit completely. But speaking of destroying, I kind of misjudged it. I hoped that he would have moved more units into the right, but he kept a nice little spread this time. And he has quite a few units holding here, including Rangers, which are really powerful. Elite units and also shock training, together with LRS and fire teams. Like that is a deadly combo right there. But us attacking from multiple directions means that there is a gap in his defenses, so we do manage to get a Fallschirmjäger into the town once again, and we're just kind of trying to just keep a foothold on that position. Now this scimitar is literally on his last legs. Well, I shouldn't say literally. 1 HP left on this fun little recon unit. But the cool thing is, it's keeping these units behind, or in the back. Now I wonder if it's going to fire at the sniper team though. Nope, he's keeping it nice and safe. Now on the right side, we have more M60s coming in, more LRS, fire teams, dragon units, and even a command over there. Now these LRS are just making short work of my Panzergrenadiers, which is unfortunate. But once again, they don't have any anti-tank, so we just move in the Marder to destroy that instead. Now on the left, the Jaeger that we had here, surprisingly, not doing too bad. And with the help of scimitars, we can do some more damage to him. And we have some more bombs coming in as well, which is going to do quite a bit of damage. It doesn't really destroy them that much, but you know, it takes them down a manpower or two. It makes our job here a little bit easier. Now the purpose of this ATGM was to kind of try to move into the town and set up a good position here to block with. But obviously he still has infantry there, so I kind of just decided to unload a little bit earlier, which is really bad for ATGM. At close range, you're gonna get absolutely trashed. Now as you can see here, we spot the LRS, no anti-tank weapons on these guys, so we quickly move in our armor and take care of that. Now he is leading with 378 points, so that is definitely not a good thing for us. We need to be quite aggressive. He can kind of just chill and keep the status quo here. And speaking of status, the Fallschirmjäger that we had here to dislodge his units has also served its purpose, and there goes my beloved Fallschirmjäger. Really powerful place to attack. Definitely don't underestimate these little buildings here. Try to attack it, because most of the time the enemy's going to go here. They don't really focus on this too much, or on this area here. So try to pierce through them and get behind them, and also move up on the left side here, where we now have a scimitar and a Leopard 185 just blasting away at the infantry, doing really good. Just look at the amount of damage we're doing. That is really powerful. Just brings down that LRS squad down to 2. We have a bombing run coming in. Unfortunately, it was on their old position, so that doesn't do much. And the Ihawk does manage to shoot it down. So we both have Ihawks, which is kind of funny. My guy only has one more missile in it, but we have a supply truck coming in for him. Now the job of the scimitar was to move up and try to destroy the Ihawk, but the M1A1 said no. So unfortunately, we don't manage to destroy that. We do get a really nice hit on the M1A1, doing 1 HP damage. He hits us again and brings us down to 2. His turret is stuck, but he still manages to land a nice shot and destroy us. But hey, his turret is stuck for another 50 seconds and he's down 2 HP. So that might scare him off enough to keep him there, I guess. Now at this point, we need to make up some points. So we have a command unit coming in to try to take over this area. So this guy is going to put us up to +2 at this point, because he has no command in here. So that is really nice for us. And the interesting thing about this command unit is that it has manpads on him. Now, you don't necessarily want this guy to fire manpads, but if it's the only unit in the zone and there's like a helicopter trying to find you, it might be a good last resort. Now on the right side, are we neutral mode? We are in neutral mode. We can see that Mchl here just is kind of slowly building up. He has another command going to the left side here. He has a lot of units going to the left. But in general, it seems like we're in a decent position for now. But one thing is lacking, and that is AA. We do have a flag or a Gepard here, Flakpanzer Gepard, which is going to try to move into position here, try to take out this helicopter, but it's way out of range for this little guy. Range on helicopters 2800. That is like at least 4 kilometers, I think. Is it? It's quite far. But yeah, not the best little situation here. So the mech rifles and engineers, really good combo. So you got the M72 Law, really fast firing AT, and the engineers with satchel charges, and they can just make short work of your guys. Now this here is a good distance to keep if you're up against engineers or pioneers like this, because these guys need to be up close and personal to fire or throw the satchel. So the fire team is doing the right thing here and keeping its nice distance, and the M1A1 is countering that. So really well played by Mchl there in terms of overall strategy. Now we are +4 at this moment. He only holds 1 zone, I hold 3. So he's trying to contest over here, and now he's kind of doing what I have been doing, which is to flank around. Our Jaeger Aufklärung with the Panzerfaust 3 get a beautiful hit, destroys the M60, almost also destroys the Dragon, but we are going to be out of both AT and range, so we're going to fall back with this guy. Now we have a brave Leopard 1A5 trying to creep up to these boys and do some damage. We get a beautiful hit on the M1A1. We quickly smoke because we see a bunch of ATGMs coming up. And that puts that guy down to 3 HP. Really, really powerful. Leopard 1A5. Did I say 1A1? No, Leopard 1A5, 15 AP. Such a wonderful gun on that thing. But unfortunately, we do lose it to 2 Cobras and the M1A1. We didn't really pay attention there for a split second, and that cost us. Now the Cobra comes in, obviously spots our command. Command already fired all of his manpads, unfortunately, and this command is just getting bullied at this point. And the Cobras are hunting for him. We do take out one of them with the Gepard, and we call in a Bow 105 to take out the M1A1, doing a whole lot of damage with its 24 AP ATGMs. And there goes the M1A1. Super cost-effective unit. 65 points for... How much is an M1A1? Is there an M1A1 we can kind of check real quick? It's expensive, let's just say that. Now at this point we are... Oh, here it is. 240. Yeah, 240 points for 65. My god. That is almost 4 times... Well, more than 4. Yeah. That is really cost effective. 400% profit right there. Now at this point we are leading nicely with about 52 points. We need a 100-point difference, I believe, to have a victory. So we are going to try to keep contesting this area. But for that we need eyes on the ground again. Our recon is kind of getting demolished. So we have some recon infantry going to the left, some Fallschirmjäger Aufklärer. And we also have some recon helis moving to the left. And in general we also have some infantry moving here, which I'm going to unload here and move over towards these buildings due to those mechanized rifles being there. Now we still managed to get infantry into this area. We got some nice Panzer Grenadiers with the Carl Gustavs holding back the mechanized rifles. Now unfortunately though, the mechanized rifles outnumber us massively. But fortunately for us, we have Martyr 1A3s firing away with some honor cannons. Now once again the Scimitar being a wonderful unit here, making sure this Kiowa has to back off, because when you get hit by a 3 centimeter shell, you're gonna feel it. Now on the right we have a slightly better defensive situation here. We have some supplies to get these guys back on HP. 2 Leopard 185s just holding here to defend this opening here and also the main road leading into the town. So that is looking just fine. Now we have more reinforcements coming in, some Pioneer units this time. And these mechanized rifles, man, they are powerful. They are absolutely crazy. They are in buildings. But man, with the 3 M249s, they make short work of any infantry. It's kind of crazy. Now we have a plane on the left trying to take out our recon, I believe. I quickly fall back with it, just in case he tries to do another flank, but luckily we have a command in here, which is very, very recommended. You don't want to leave that open, guys. I think my video proved enough, or proved that you definitely want to keep a command in here, or at least have units ready to engage any unit that might try to do a flank. iHawk firing his last AA, or ground to air, and brings that down to 1 HP, so that's why you want to have a Gepard. If I had a Gepard, that plane would be gone. Because a Gepard usually will do 1 or 2 HP damage minimum. Now 2 M1A1s come in to support the mechanized rifles. My Forschmajors are in the buildings, but they're still having a lot of trouble here with those with that mechanized rifle infantry. I briefly decide to move in the Leopard 1A5s, but at max range you're not gonna have a good time. And we don't need it. The Bow 105 gets a beautiful side shot and absolutely annihilates the M1A1, and we call in the Harrier GR3 with its twin 30mm to take out the AH-1F Cobra. Now a PVAD, really good call-in by our opponent here, takes out the Bow 105, but that guy really paid off for itself like 4 times over, 8 times over at this point, so I'm not really too hurt about it. Now the M1A1s are kind of the bane of our existence. We do obviously have really strong tanks here, 2A3s, but if I invest too much in tanks in an area like this, we're gonna really pay for it. And especially at close range, you don't need that much firepower. Honestly, if you just have like 15 AP or more, which these Leopard 185s have, you're gonna do a lot of damage up close, and you'll probably two-shot these M1A1s. Now at this point, we do see these M1A1s move in. We luckily do have a Gepard, but the Gepard unfortunately moves into a slightly exposed position and gets absolutely annihilated by the M1A1. So we quickly fall back with the Leopard 2A3 and the 1A5 to try to counter these bad boys. Man, Martyr 1A3s, I'm starting to love these guys. Really, really powerful units. And these mechanized rifles have been pissing me off the entire game, guys. With the triple M249s, that is so much firepower. It's insane. So we quickly get some Martyrs here to take care of these guys. Now we still hold the town a little bit. So Pioneers are fighting against the mechanized rifles. A lot of Engineers are coming up. That is going to demolish our Pioneers with those satchel charges. Now 2A3 has a fuel explosion, which was very bad for us, so we quickly smoke it. We're down to 4 HP on that thing, but the Leopard 1A5 is also down to quite a low health, but luckily we have a command or a supply truck here. So this guy's getting fixed up really quickly. And if you count, when this guy is at like in a good morale and whatever, it only takes like 2 or 3 seconds per HP, so like in half a minute, even less, a tank will go from 1 HP to full HP. Which is maybe a little bit too much, but it's just an interesting and really powerful thing to use. Now at this point, we see a massive attack happening on the right side, and if we just go into neutral mode, it's not that massive, but still something to worry about. We have mechanized rifles in the back, we have transports kind of charging up in the front. You should probably do it the other way, in my opinion. But we also have LRS coming in. Okay, so he's holding back here. That is a good strat for sure. Leopard 185 gets fired at by a TOW 2. Is it going to survive? Ooh, man, that was close. Okay, I take it back. The M113s with the 50 cals are doing really good. He's in a good position with them. But luckily we do have a Martyr that has a sliver of line of sight there. and takes out one of those M113s. Now here I do a micro mistake. Leopard 185 for now stays in the smoke, but I kind of try to move it out to try to snipe anything over here. But that doesn't really go well for the Leopard 185. On the left, a little bit of a reprieve here. Now the Swicheroos are holding the line. We have more infantry coming up from Fallschirmjägers to attack it. AH-1F Cobra there is going to be taken out by the Gepard that we now have in a better position than before. He does get some rockets off, but it's not going to be enough, and the Gepard makes short work of that guy. Now here is another strategy that I use a lot when you're up against overwhelming power, or overwhelming firepower. If we stayed at the edge of the town, he could make use of its firepower with all these Pattons, all these 50 cals, and I would just get destroyed, just like these Swicheroos are getting destroyed right now. So what I do is fall back into the town, like at least like 2 blocks of buildings, and then engage them at close range, where his firepower is less of a threat. Sometimes it's not even able to fire. So that's what we're going for right now. And basically, the plan for the task of these guys is to delay the enemy as much as possible until my reinforcements arrive. So that's why I fall back into the town into a slightly better position and let him just grab a little bit of it. But once our reinforcements arrive, all of these guys are going to be able to push that back really easily. Now there's a lot of infantry from Jew on the left side here. We are just holding a sliver of land as well. That is a trap you don't want to spring. You don't want to just be overextending while you're barely holding anything. You just want to chill. Now the Bow 105 once again with its 65 points coming in for the M60s, which are 95, and it already paid off for itself with 30 points. Fires another one at the M60A3 command, which is 125, and if it kills that, oof, that was close. That would have been a side shot there. That would have been a side shot. Now we do move in our 2 Leopard 185s. We're in a pretty good position here. But I have them on attack move, so the moment they spot anything in the town, they are free to fire. Do we actually take out an M60 with a Martyr? So that would be beautiful. Nope. There comes the Bow 105 once again with an ATGM, and my god. 65 points for 125 right there. And with that, we are back to +2. We neutralized the left, we hold here, we see an A-10 coming in. He spotted our command from earlier, which is not going to end well for the A-10. We quickly get a plane out, and we oh my god. And we neutralize this thing. That looks painful. Yeah. Man, the Chaparrals do really good. And that M16, that F-16 also didn't miss a shot so far. But luckily we survived that. Oops. Now as you can see here, we have a train of units incoming. So the plan really worked. We made him push into the town. We flanked the town with our good, fast units. And now he's completely surrounded and cut off. And these guys are just not gonna have a good time. They're getting fired at from everywhere. We have units all across this place. And we're gonna be trying to take... or we're gonna just basically demolish those guys really quickly. That is not gonna be a problem. Now on the left, the fight is still going on here. We have our pioneers falling back slightly to make these guys move in. They're all engineers, so I'm not really worried with my tank, and I'm just gonna keep it here. Keep that fire support going. But on the right side of the town, we have 4 tanks pushing up. 2 Pattons and 2 Abrams, which are quickly brought down to 1 Patton, actually 0 Pattons and 1 Abrams. And the Abrams is getting absolutely hammered by the Panzerfaust 44, which does 14 AP damage. And the Fallschirmjäger Aufklärer destroyed the Pattons there with his 21 AP. Now the engine is damaged. We unfortunately do not get another hit, I believe, with these guys. And we just decide to fall back. Now over here, he's doing something interesting. He's trying to get another command unit in here. But we spotted that from a mile away. And we just one-tap the absolute crap out of that helicopter with an Eyehawk. That is a little bit of an overkill. The missile is probably bigger than the helicopter itself. And with that, the game is basically over. Fun little match. Not the, most nail-biter game ever, but definitely still shows a lot of strategies that you can implement in your gameplay, which is to envelop a town, go from the flanks, attack the flanks, attack one side first as a distraction, and then move your main force in from the other side, because people kind of just forget about one flank when you attack the other flank, even within towns. They will move a lot of resources away to try to engage you on one side and kind of leave the rest unguarded. So try this out, and I can guarantee you that you will have a much better time. With that said, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys back in the next one. Take care.